Question 1. What is your gender? As you can see in the pie chart, there are 66.2% that has answered the question were females, while only 33.8% males answered the Google form. Measurement of central tendency can be categories in nominal scale because it was qualitative variable. The independent event for male is 44 divided by 130 is equal to 0.3385, while independent event of female is 86 divided by 130 is equal to 0.6615. There are two marginal probabilities. For male RP, male equals 44 divided by 130 is equal to 0.3385. While female RP, female, equals 86 divided by 130 is equal to 0.6615. The conclusion is majority participants that answer our survey are female. Question 2. How old are you? Measurement of central tendency. As you can see in this table, there are provided students' age that has answered the Google form and its interval scale. There are age of below 18, 18 to 23, 24 to 29, 30 to 35, and above 35. The mode for this question is 18 to 23. And the median is 24 plus, 130/2, 122, *5 equals 72.5. You can refer to the table next. This table show age, class boundary, frequency, cumulative frequency, midpoint, and MF, which is midpoint multiplied by frequency. The conclusion are majority of participants who participate in the survey are aged between 18 to 23 years old. Question 3. What is your current year of study? The table below that the current year of students studying, which is the first year, second year, third year, and graduate students, including a total which is 130 students. There are diploma, degree, and master's students. Conclusion for question 3 is this slide shows that most people who answered this survey are diploma students in their first year, which means this survey is more accurate for diploma level in first year studies. Question 4. What course are you studying? The table below shows the courses, diploma, in UPSI. There are a total of 10 courses and 116 students with percentages. The top 3 calculation down below is diploma in science, mathematics, and diploma in entrepreneurship with their percentages. Conclusion for question 4 is majority of participants are from diploma, whereas degree and master students very hard to be contacted since it is their semester break. The next slide shows the same content, which is courses of degree or bachelor at UPSI. There are a total of 9 courses and 11 students with percentages. The conclusion for this is that sample size for degree students very low because it was their semester break. This table shows the courses, master, in UPSI. There are 2 courses which are Master of Design, Advertising, and Master of Education, Guidance and Counseling, with 3 students plus their percentages. The last conclusion for that table with the pie chart is as of master. Thanks for their participation despite their busy schedule in their industry training and only 1 student studying part-time in Master of Design, Advertising. Question 5. Are you a full-time or part-time student? The first table below shows the enrollment status of students including the frequency. Full-time 129 students and part-time 1 person plus a total of 130 students with percentages. The next table shows the pie chart and conclusion for question 5. That most people who answered this survey are full-time students, which means they are more focused on their studies all of the time and manage their time involved in campus activities.
Question 6. On average, how many hours do you spend studying per week? A table is created to show the data collected. The number of classes is 5, which means the class width is 4. Measurement of central tendency is calculated to better understand our data. UPSI students averagely study for 8.6 hours and most of them study 6.5 hours per week. As you can see, a standard normal distribution graph is generated from the previous data, according to National Survey of Student Engagement. Most college students spend an average of 10 to 13 hours per week studying. So, let x be less than or equal to 13. The probability of studying hours being less than or equal to 13 is as shown. This question asks the students about their time on extracurricular activities. You can refer to the slide for the measurement of central tendency. In average, UPSI students spend 5.6 hours in extracurricular activities, but the majority only spend 2.5 hours per week. The graph here shows the standard normal distribution for hours spent for extracurricular activities. According to the survey of National Library of Medicine, on average, the adolescents spent 7.9 hours in extracurricular activities per week. So, let X be less than or equal to 8. The probability of time spent on extracurricular activities is less than or equal to 8 is as shown. Now, it is time for interpretation of data. According to the data, UPSI students average study for 8.6 hours, while most college students average study for 13 hours per week. The probability that UPSI students will study average 13 hours or below per week is 0.8264. This means UPSI students are more likely to spend less than 2 hours per day to study and use their time for other activities. Meanwhile, for extracurricular activities, UPSI students spend average 5.6 hours per week, while adolescents spend average 7.9 hours. The probability that UPSI students will spend 8 hours or below per week is 0.7389. This means UPSI students are more likely to spend less than 1.5 hours per day to do extracurricular activities. Conclusion for question 6 is that majority of UPSI students like to spend less time studying. According to the website The Productive Engineer, the best students spend 50 to 60 hours per week to study, which means they study 7 to 9 hours a day. If UPSI students want to perform well academically, study hours should be increased. Meanwhile, for question 7. Since extracurricular activities are activities that are generally voluntary, social, and philanthropic, which means private initiatives for the public good, focusing on quality of life, this means UPSI students either enjoy spending time alone or they do not have enough energy to use more time to engage in extracurricular activities.
Question 8. How satisfied are you with the quality of education university? The table below shows the ordinal scale and the frequency of the satisfaction of the students. The mean for the amount of people that have answered are calculated by multiplying the ordinal scale and dividing it by the total amount of students, which is 130. By doing so, you will get the mean to be 7.53. The mode based on the table is 8 because it has the highest frequency, which is 34. Moving on to the median, as we all know that median is the middle number. In this case, or we'll have two middle number because 130 is an even number. As you can see, we plus 8 twice and divided it by 2 and we got the answer to be 8. The conclusion we can make from the bar chart on your right is that most of UPSI students are satisfied with the quality of their university. Question 9. How often do you use the library facilities? The table below shows how often UPSI students use the library facilities and the frequency of students. Daily, 9. Weekly, 53. Monthly, 20. Rarely, 43. Never, 5. Looking at the bar chart, we can come to a conclusion that UPSI students uses the library facilities weekly. The table below shows whether UPS students will recommend their university or not. Based on the table, number of students who will recommend is 128 and the number of students who won't recommend is only 2. Based on the pie chart below, the percentage of the students recommending is higher than the percentage of no. The conclusion that we can make is that UPS students love their university and will definitely recommend other to further their studies here. That's all from me. Thank you so much for your cooperation.